Hey guys, welcome to another episode of StuTube. It is October the 2nd, and today I'm going to talk to you about a couple trades that I had taken this week, and they have to do with that 0.618 rejection that I was talking to, the very important levels that I was watching on a video from September 24th. As well, going to look at a little bit of fundamentals, not too much, take a look at the US dollar index, that sort of stuff. If you guys think that sounds interesting, then hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you hadn't, and with that, let's get it. Alright guys, I'm going to start by looking at the fundamentals here. You guys know that I am not a fundamental analyst. I am strictly trend lines, chart patterns, that sort of stuff. But everyone in YouTube has been talking about this Bitmex charges that have been going on and saying that I guess the US prosecutors are charging Bitmex and it's creating a whole bunch of FUD in the market. I don't want to give this too much credit because to me it kind of just seems like FUD. Absolutely, it could cause a bigger dump, but we never did get a massive dump. And in fact, we just basically respected technicals, guys. We had this yellow support line on the 4-hour chart here. We dropped it, we retested it as resistance for a bit of a support to resist flip, and we continued dumping. We are still coiling up inside this bigger triangle pattern. We're going to have to see which way that breaks out. But going back to this, I'm almost kind of bringing this up because I would like your guys' input on this situation, but as I could be wrong on this because again, I don't follow fundamentals very closely, but I was under the impression that Bitmex was already illegal in the States, and the only way for Americans to use Bitmex was with a VPN on their computers. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see how this really changes things. If it was already illegal in the States, of course the States found things that are illegal with it or that they don't agree with, because otherwise it would have been a fair game to be trading it, would it not? I don't know. Again, maybe this is just noise. This is why I like technicals, guys, because I don't know which news to believe, what not to believe. You can basically on any topic out there, look at social media, for example. You can basically find whatever information you want to support whatever theories you have. And that's why I tend to block out a lot of this noise, guys. I just like to do the trend lines. Yes, this will make me trade a little more conservatively. I'm using smaller position sizes. I'm updating stop losses sooner. You guys know that I trade on the 15-minute patterns quite a bit. And when I do this, I do update stop losses quickly. I take profits quickly, that sort of stuff, guys. Another piece of potentially bearish news is apparently today Trump has tested positive for COVID-19. And this doesn't necessarily have to mean too much, but love the guy or hate the guy, he is an economy guy. He's a good businessman, again, whether you love him or hate him. And that could just be some more uncertainty, especially with the election coming up. Just something to keep on the radar, guys. This could have influence on the markets. It may not, but it very well could. So I just want to kind of consider that when I'm playing these markets, guys. Alright, next guys, I want to show you guys these couple of trades that I took this week at these green arrows and where I took profits and why. Again, it has to do with that 618 Fibonacci rejection point that I have been talking about and that I did point out in that video where I said I am waiting for, in my opinion, the most important bullish confirmation to acknowledge that Bitcoin will be seeing new all-time highs fairly soon. Again, that confirmation has not come yet. I'm just going to play a little clip from that video to refresh your memory a little bit. You guys know even on the 15-minute chart, I'm always looking at those 618 rejections, and when we start closing candles above them, I start to get a little more bullish. This is a weekly chart. This is a 3-year pattern here, guys. Just think of the potential here and where this market could be heading, especially. Alright, with that fresh in our minds, guys, I'm going to hop over from the weekly to the 15-minute chart and show you what I mean here. If I just take this little dump here from swing high to swing low, you can see here that we had a candle close above our 618 right here. So I entered a little bit of a long. When I was looking for my target here, we had this little bit of a, I considered this almost a little bit of a bull flag. Take it from our 618. And that's pretty much a perfect measured move, guys. So as soon as we started showing signs of rejection, I updated my stop loss on part of my position to be just below these red candles here. So you can see I started taking profits in here, and the rest of my position would have been stopped out at break even, because it's real important to update your stop losses and take profits quickly, guys, especially when trading with high leverage on these smaller time frames. So there you can see how that 618 came into play, guys. Here, let's do the same thing. Actually, I think I even see another one here. If I were to go from this swing high to swing low, look where we're getting rejected, guys. I never played this, but look at this. We got our 618. That's exactly, we started wicking above it, but totally getting rejected. Even got a double top along there. So that, once again, is just showing how that plays out. Here, after that, let's take another one here. At this point, the 4-hour chart was starting to look more bullish to me, so I did the same thing on the 15-minute chart. We got our close above the 618, so I entered a long position here. And then you can see that I started taking my profits way up here. That's just because since the 4-hour was looking a little more bullish to me, I went back and found this horizontal resistance here. I wanted to be just shy of that to lock in some profits, and then again updating stop loss as we go from there. Now guys, I want to show you a trade I actually just entered. And oh, I even reached my one of my take profits, so I got to update my stop loss here quick. But once again, actually this wasn't because of the 618. This was more of, we were finding kind of support here. Let me just bring up my indicators here. So I got a bit of a bullish flip on my momentum indicator. As well, the RSI was having a bit of a bullish divergence, all while we were holding this little bit of a double bottom, triple bottom support box. So I went long shortly before making this video, and apparently we just kind of blasted off. And when I say that, that's obviously a small move, guys. This is only a 15-minute chart. But where I took some of my profits here, kind of same thing, just went from this little local swing high to swing low. You can see here that we have our 618 potential rejection point, take a little bit of profits. I'll have to update my stop loss. That being said, I may also look for a bit of a retest along this red diagonal line, looking for a bit of a resist to support flip. That's just kind of where those two red diagonals come from. I'll just clean this up for you guys so you can see it a little clearer. And then, of course, up here we have that yellow line, which was the old support right here on the 4-hour. So being that is potential, well, it is even holding as resistance as a bit of a flip. I wanted to start taking profits shy of that as well, just to secure some profits and reduce the risk of my position and that sort of thing, guys. Again, when I'm playing these 15-minute patterns, I am taking profits quickly, updating stop losses, and all that sort of stuff, because these markets are very high risk, especially with the uncertainty in the markets in more than one way. And trading with high leverage, these are usually trading with 20 or 25x, guys, so you can lose money pretty quickly if you're not minimizing your risk. Hopping back over to the 4-hour, guys, if we do end up dropping this green line of support and having a breakdown of this triangle, I would look for some sort of a measured move from where we last tested the resistance of this, and that actually lines up really good with this purple line. Let me just zoom out to the daily. I know I have pointed out this pattern before, but I said there's a chance that we're between these purple lines right here on the daily chart and forming a bit of a falling wedge, which we may have to coil up in before we see any major move in the market, especially if we are to get a bullish move out of this. I would expect a third touch point on this wedge, as well as on the resistance of this wedge before getting our breakout and taking off for total bull market really seeing all new all-time highs. Sorry, getting tongue-tied here. But anyways, I have pointed out this pattern. I can't remember which video that was. But that being said, guys, if you haven't watched my September 24th video with those 618 lines, you should really go back and watch that, because I think that is a huge confirmation in the market, and no other YouTube is talking about that pattern, guys. So really go take a look at that. Another thing I want to take a look at is this US dollar index. I know it's a hot topic. A lot of YouTubers are talking about it, and even in the comments I've seen a ton of people talk about it and how it's breaking out. But I had mentioned this before. I did mention we may end up breaking this red diagonal resistance line, but I said to watch for this purple resistance line as well as the final bit of resistance, and that's exactly where we ended up starting to get rejected this week again. So again, it wouldn't be that far-fetched to think that we will break above it, get a retest, and then take off, which I think would be bad for Bitcoin. I think if the US dollar starts really taking off, I think Bitcoin will start dropping, and I will be looking more at the short side of things for a little bit. But for right now, we did get rejected right where I said to watch for rejection, guys. So that's something to think about. I keep seeing in comments on other videos that everyone's, oh, the dollar's pumping, the dollar's pumping. Yeah, well, it also got rejected right where I said it was going to, so you got to consider that too. Last but not least, I want to take a minute and thank you guys. I noticed last weekend I actually had, when I say a bunch, I mean about 6, but a bunch new subscribers. That, I mean, being I am such a small and new channel, 6 viewers or 6 subscribers is actually a 10% increase, because I only had 59 subscribers, now I have 65. That's great to see. It's great to see that people are finding value in what I have to say. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for sharing them if you are. Thank you for subscribing. And I don't know if you guys, how many of my videos you've seen, but I have mentioned that I am working really long hours out of town right now, so I really wanted to get this video out there earlier this week showing those 618 trades, those breakout trades, and to thank you guys and that sort of stuff, but I've been really busy, haven't been able to, so I figured this morning, first day off for my weekend, better get this video out there. So again, thank you guys, can't thank you enough. And with that, if you could hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you hadn't, that would really help out the channel. Other than that, let me know what you're thinking on the markets, guys. Let me know if you find value in what I'm saying, other things you would like me to touch on. Any interaction with my channel is greatly appreciated. I am thinking I want to get a Twitter page going, hopefully this weekend if I have time. If it's windy, I want to get out kite surfing, because there's not much water season left, so got to get out there as much as possible. But if it's not windy, I'm really hoping to get my Twitter up and running. Another thing I'm looking into is, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of co-vesting, but there's an exchange called Prime XBT, and apparently you can follow traders on there, and you can basically set it up, if I understand this correctly, so that you can follow a trader and your account will automatically take the trades that they take, and that is something that I want to look into down the road a little bit. I don't know if that'll be this weekend, but that's something I want to definitely consider. So that's one of those things that if I can prove my track record on there for, let's say, a couple months, whatever, if people wanted to start following me, people can automatically take some of these trades, these snipes that I'm taking, as well as I would benefit, because a portion of the profits gets paid to me as a commission, which I found very interesting, just a whole nother portion to this whole investing slash trading thing. So that's something that's definitely on my radar. So keep that on your guys' radar. That's something that could be coming in the not too distant future. I'm gonna have to look into it. But anyways, guys, I've rambled on long enough. Again, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you hadn't, and thank you so much for your support. And with that, I'm out. Peace.